Have you ever wondered why the Japanese are among the longest living people in the world? What would you say if I told you that in Japan, Japanese doctors in their 90s still perform 8-hour surgeries every day, and physicians over 100 years old continue to examine patients? These are not ordinary doctors. Their dietary methods are so miraculous that they don't need expensive anti-aging treatments or superfood diets. Dr. Shigeki Hinohara, a living testament to the dietary methods they have quietly practiced for years, lived up to 105 years old and worked actively as a physician until his last breath. Dr. Hidekichi Miyazaki, at the age of 105, broke the 100-meter world record, becoming the world's oldest competitive sprinter. And that's not all. Dr. Jiromon Kimura, when he passed away at the age of 116, still had mental capacity and brain age comparable to that of someone in their 30s. How is this possible? And it was at that very moment that researchers realized the miracle of this longevity was not due to genetic superiority or expensive supplements, but something entirely different. Nutrition experts from Kyoto University, in a study conducted on more than 900 people over the age of 100, obtained findings that overturned traditional healthy eating rules. These people were not following trendy detox diets or consuming organic superfoods. They were simply practicing such a basic habit that most people ignore. And that is this. You won't believe what you hear. The greatest secret discovered by these Japanese physicians has nothing to do with which foods you consume. The real point is the biological process triggered in your body when you eat in a certain way. But here's the truly shocking part. Clinical studies prove that this eating technique can increase your lifespan by up to 40%. And it's at that very moment you realize that 95% of society is doing the exact opposite of this longevity method at every meal, shortening their lives by 30%, without even realizing it. Before we continue, write your age and the city you are following from below. We respond to all comments one by one and share our personal healthy aging suggestions. Now let's not delay any further and reveal these life-extending dietary secrets. Now I'm going to tell you about perhaps the simplest but most revolutionary longevity strategy you have ever heard. After learning this information, you may want to completely reconsider your lifestyle. Secret number 6. The window of opportunity. This eating pattern practiced by doctors in Japan who have lived beyond 100 may seem ordinary at first glance. However, research proves that it is one of the most effective longevity strategies. These doctors consume their meals within a restricted time frame of 10 to 12 hours during the day. But here's the truly shocking part. This simple practice triggers an incredible transformation in your body. This natural eating pattern, discovered by the famous Japanese surgeon and longevity researcher Dr. Yoshinori Nagamo, activates the cellular cleansing system known as autophagy. You can think of autophagy as your cell's self-repair program. It breaks down old, damaged components and turns them into new, healthy ones. The research results are surprising. In a study in Tokyo, 2,000 adults were followed for 10 years. Those who consistently maintained a 12-hour fasting window showed 43% lower rates of metabolic syndrome and 37% lower inflammation markers. Here's where most people get it wrong. It's not about skipping meals or starving yourself. The Japanese eat plenty, they just do it within a specific time window. Let me tell you about the typical Japanese routine. At 10 a.m., breakfast. At noon, lunch. By 7 p.m. they have eaten their last meal. After that, they only consume water or tea. During this 14-hour period, the body repairs itself, clears out cellular waste, balances insulin levels, and increases growth hormone production. But the truly shocking effect is on the brain. It protects neurons and improves memory. The Okinawa Centenarian study showed that those who followed this routine had a 60% lower risk of dementia. So what will you do after learning this information? Consistency is more important than perfection. If you are currently eating from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m., don't suddenly switch to an 8-hour window. Transition step by step. For example, each week, have your last meal 30 minutes earlier. Add protein, healthy fats, and complex carbohydrates. Japanese doctors usually prefer a simple dinner consisting of fish, rice, vegetables, and miso soup. This meal timing progresses slowly but steadily. Within just 2 weeks, people report better sleep, morning energy, clear thinking. Secret number 5, the temperature method, will overturn all the dietary rules you know. Longevity experts in Japan have been applying for decades a critical truth that Western science has only recently discovered. The temperature of the foods you eat is even more important than their content. Dr. Makoto Suzuki, a centenarian researcher in Okinawa with 40 years of experience, found that individuals who consumed warm foods throughout the day had dramatically better digestive health and their levels of chronic inflammation remained at a minimum. But here's the truly shocking thing you should know. When you consume iced drinks and cold foods, your stomach spends extra energy to raise all the foods to body temperature. You could actually be using that energy for cell renewal and immune strengthening. In an 18-year study at Tokyo Medical University, 1,400 participants were examined. Those who had the habit of drinking warm water in the mornings and with main meals showed 35% fewer digestive disorders and 30% fewer chronic constipation problems. And at that very moment, you realize this: your stomach works like a digestive stove on which food is prepared. If you constantly add ice-cold ingredients, the cooking process is disrupted. Cold eating slows down food breakdown and prevents your body from absorbing vital nutrients. Traditional Japanese medicine has called this for centuries wanaka no hai, meaning abdominal fire. This is not only about how much you eat, but how you eat. Room temperature or warm foods help keep the digestive fire alive. This is not mystical, modern science confirms it. Digestive enzymes perform at their best at body temperature. Shocking your body with iced drinks during meals reduces enzyme activity by up to 42%. The Japanese approach is remarkably simple and effective. They start the day with warm water or green tea. Not boiled, just comfortably warm. At main meals, instead of iced water, they prefer warm miso soup or herbal teas. Japanese doctors recommend consuming anything cold at least 30 minutes after eating. This is a critical period for the smooth functioning of stomach processes. If you want the best results, make warm water your main beverage. Use a thermos, and if you like, add a fresh slice of lemon for extra flavor. If you turn this into a habit, your digestive system will thank you. You won't believe it, but within just a few days you will notice reduced bloating and increased energy in your body. Share in the comments which drinks you prefer. We respond to every comment with personalized suggestions. Did you find this video helpful? Then hit the like button so more people can access this life-changing information. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I share new videos every day about powerful anti-aging strategies. And you definitely don't want to miss the next one. Now, the truly interesting part lies in portion size. The fourth secret is the 80% rule that adds years to your life. Yes, the Japanese secret to living 100 years. Hara Hachibu technique. This Japanese philosophy is not just an eating habit, but literally a life-extending science. On Okinawa Island, where the longest-living people in the world reside, the art of eating is almost a sacred ritual. Hara Hachibu means stopping eating when you feel 80% full. But the truly shocking part is the scientific facts behind this simple practice. The findings revealed in Dr. Bradley Wilcox's Okinawa Centenarian study are incredible. People who practiced this technique consumed only 1,800 to 1,900 calories per day, while below the American average of 2,500 to 3,000 calories. And at that very moment, a magical transformation begins in their bodies. The practice of hara-hachi bu activates longevity genes in the body called sirtuins. These genes slow cellular aging while also controlling inflammatory processes. A striking study from Washington University shows that those practicing mild calorie restriction had hearts that appeared 15 years younger in scans. Their blood pressure values were at optimal levels. Cholesterol profiles were excellent, and inflammation markers were nearly zero. According to findings from Kyushu University, fast eaters gain weight 3 times more. Here are the techniques recommended by Japanese longevity experts. Slow eating strategy: chew each bite 20 to 30 times. Put down your chopsticks or fork between bites. This technique not only makes digestion easier, but also provides the 20 minutes your brain needs to register the satiety signal. Plate size trick. According to research from Cornell University, those who use 9-inch plates eat 22% less compared to those who use 12-inch plates. A small change brings big results. The health profile of those practicing hara-hachi-bu is incredible. Risk of heart disease is 70% lower. Cancer risk is 50% lower. Average lifespan is 7 years longer. But the most fascinating part is yet to come. When your body is not constantly struggling with a heavy digestive load, blood flow is directed to the brain. The result? Sharper intelligence, higher energy. Tomorrow, try this technique in one of your meals. Eat slowly, notice every bite. When you feel, I could still eat but I don't need to, stop. Wait 20 minutes. You will probably find yourself fully satisfied. This simple change could be your first step on the journey to longevity. By the way, don't forget, in our next video we will explain what kind of amazing changes will happen in your body if you do horse stance every day. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss that video. And now we come to the third secret. The colorful healing method. This 5-color healing method discovered in Japan by Dr. Setsu Yamada revealed a secret that had lasted for generations. In some villages, cancer rates were 70% lower than the national average. But the truly shocking part was that these people were not following a special diet program. They were simply consuming 5 different colors of food naturally every day. Red foods, a source of lycopene and anthocyanins. Red foods such as tomatoes, red peppers, and strawberries, according to a study conducted at Harvard with 47,000 men, reduce stroke risk by 39%. They protect the heart and soothe inflammation. And at that very moment, orange and yellow foods come into play. Carrots, sweet potatoes, pumpkin, oranges, these colorful foods, which are a source of beta-carotene and flavonoids, reduce the risk of cognitive decline by 56% in a Johns Hopkins study. Green foods are the heroes of the detox process. Spinach, broccoli, green tea, these natural healing sources, rich in chlorophyll and folate, reduce the risk of stomach cancer by 45% in a study conducted in Japan with 40,000 adults. White foods, garlic, onion, mushrooms contain allicin and beta-glucan. Those who consume these white foods reduced their cancer mortality rate by 34%. Purple and blue foods contain anti-aging superpowers. Eggplant, purple cabbage, blueberries, these colorful healing sources, rich in anthocyanins and resveratrol, can reduce brain aging by up to 2.5 years according to UCLA researchers. Here's what makes the 5-color eating method so powerful. The colors support one another. The vitamin C in red peppers increases the iron found in green leafy vegetables. The healthy fats in avocado make it easier to absorb the carotenoids in orange foods. Try to include at least one food from each color group every day. For the 5-color healing method, perfection is not important, variety and consistency are what matter. Add new colors to the meals you are already eating. Your body will feel this natural dietary change in energy and vitality within days. Which color will you add to your plate today? The next secret is about something most people completely avoid but actually shouldn't. The second is the fermentation factor. In traditional Japanese cuisine, every meal contains fermented foods, and there is a shocking reason for this. But the truly shocking part is that once you learn this secret, you can start feeling the changes in your body in just 2 weeks. Groundbreaking research by Dr. Satoshi Sasaki from the University of Tokyo revealed a surprising discovery in the gut microbiome of Japanese centenarians. The gut bacteria of these elderly people were completely different from those of the average. Adult, greater bacterial diversity, higher levels of beneficial bacteria, and significantly fewer inflammatory bacteria. So how is this possible? The secret is fermented foods consumed daily. Miso, natto, pickled vegetables, and fermented fish not only add flavor, they literally act as probiotic powerhouses that transform your inner ecosystem. When the gut bacteria of 1,000 Japanese centenarians were examined, an incredible truth emerged. These individuals had bacterial strains that produced short-chain fatty acids at 3 times the normal rate. These fatty acids reduce inflammation, strengthen immunity, and protect against cancer. And at that very moment came the most surprising finding. A bacterial strain called Lactobacillus pentosis was found in 90% of people over 100 years old, while only 30% of young adults had it. When you consume fermented foods every day, beneficial bacteria settle in your gut and begin producing critical components that your body cannot make on its own. Vitamin K2 for bone health, B vitamins for energy, GABA neurotransmitters for mood and sleep quality, and antimicrobial compounds that fight harmful bacteria. In a comprehensive 20-year study at the National Cancer Center in Tokyo, 90,000 people were observed. The results were incredible. Those who consumed fermented soy products daily had a 27% lower risk of stroke and an 18% lower risk of heart disease. Women who regularly ate natto had 50% fewer cases of osteoporosis. But here's the truly surprising part. The bacteria in fermented foods communicate directly with your brain through the vagus nerve. This gut-brain axis affects everything from your mood to your cognitive functions. What would you do if there were a method that could reduce blood sugar fluctuations by 42%? Groundbreaking research by Dr. Teshimis Takanaga at Osaka Prefecture University proved that eating foods in a specific order could improve blood sugar control to a degree that rivaled diabetes medications. Here's the sequence that changes everything. First, vegetables fiber creates a protective mesh in your small intestine. Then protein balances metabolism. Finally, carbohydrates, instead of spiking suddenly, blood sugar rises in a controlled manner. When you eat vegetables first, the fiber mesh that forms slows down the absorption of sugars and fats that come afterward. Your insulin response is not erratic but completely under control. If you're new to fermented foods, start with small steps. In the morning, mix a spoonful of miso into hot water. Your instant probiotic soup is ready. At lunch, have a small portion of pickles. Add sauerkraut to your dinner. Quality is crucial. Choose unpasteurized, naturally fermented products. Pasteurization kills the beneficial bacteria. In a study of 2,500 Japanese adults with prediabetes, 68% reversed their condition without any other dietary changes simply by following this eating sequence. Just a few weeks after starting daily fermented food consumption, your digestion will improve, your skin will brighten, your mood will stabilize, and your energy will rise. Your gut bacteria are just like a garden. If you nurture them properly, they will take care of you for a lifetime. And now the moment you've been waiting for. The number one secret that changes everything: drinking warm water. This is the hidden morning ritual of the Japanese that extends life by 20 years. The life secret millions of people are searching for but can't find. It's not an expensive vitamin, not a miraculous superfood. It's just a simple action you do when you wake up in the morning. An astonishing 96% of Japanese people over the age of 100 practice this ritual. Groundbreaking research from Dr. Hiroshi Yamashita at Nagoya University proved it. The moment you wake up, before breakfast, even before brushing your teeth, drink exactly 640 milliliters of warm water. This is not just about quenching thirst. It triggers a real transformation in your body. It instantly activates the removal of toxic substances and metabolic waste that accumulate during sleep. So what does science say? The results of a 20-year study of 5,000 people at Nagoya University are incredible. Findings showed a 73% reduction in kidney stone risk, a 61% decrease in urinary tract infections, a 48% drop in constipation problems, and a 37% lower overall mortality rate. And at that very moment, your metabolism kicks in, speeding up by 24% for the next 90 minutes. Blood flow to the brain increases, bringing mental clarity even more effective than coffee. So, what's the correct technique? Temperature is critical. Use water at body temperature or slightly warmer. Cold water shocks the system, and very hot water strains the digestive system. Drink 640 milliliters of warm water within 5 minutes of waking up. Not sip by sip, but finish it within a few minutes. After drinking the warm water, do not eat breakfast for 45 minutes. In the first days, start with 400 milliliters and gradually increase. Some people worry about bloating or frequent trips to the bathroom. This is normal. The body adjusts within 3 to 7 days and bladder capacity increases. Within a week, people notice clearer skin, dramatic boosts in energy levels, and improved digestion. Mental fog disappears, and chronic health issues either ease or completely vanish. For Japanese doctors over the age of 100, this practice is as natural as breathing. Keep a thermos of water by your bed. Make drinking 640 milliliters of warm water the very first thing you do in the morning. Practice this consistently for 21 days. Your body will thank you. Small, consistent daily habits create incredible longevity over time. You don't need expensive supplements or extreme diets. What you need are simple, time-tested methods that work in harmony with your body's natural processes. Now it's your turn. Which one will you try first thing tomorrow morning? Share your experiences and thoughts with us in the comments below. By the way, don't forget, in our next video, I'll reveal the amazing changes that happen in your body if you practice horse stance every day. Subscribe so you don't miss it. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button so more seniors can see it. Thank you for watching.